So we're going to talk about why the government uses cults as opposed to scientists, like they're trying to make it look like. The government wants to make it look like they're using scientists and credible people to conduct these experiments on people. But the problem with that is, and let me bring this back a little bit, if you actually believe anything that comes out of the government's mouth, then you definitely are a fucking moron, point blank period. They've already got caught for doing MK Ultra experiments in the 60s. With the advancements that technology have had since 1960 to 2023, could you imagine how much more serious the technology is? MK Ultra was only literally projecting voices into somebody. 2023, it's MK Ultra on steroids. Not only are they projecting voices into people, but on top of that, they're watching targets through their eyeballs. On top of that, able to upload, download different information to the subject using CRISPR and Cas9, which is DNA modification. And they're able to do this remotely now. They have your genome uploaded on a quantum computer right in front of them. And what I'm getting into this segment is the fact that they're not using scientists. These people that they're using are not scientists. I would bet every dollar in my pocket that these people are nothing more than sorry ass pedophiles and people with no morals. Scientists have morals. That's why they go to school. Usually people of that caliber. Well, hold on. Let me rewind it a little bit farther. To be honest with you, most of these science academies and these cults, there aren't too many guidelines in letting people in. Even Scientology. All you have to be in Scientology is money. And they'll drain your ass and fucking take you everything you got and then do whatever they do with you after that. Take your whole fucking life from you pretty much. But to be a part of science and science cults and Scientology, and let's eliminate Scientology, but to be a part of these science academies, all you have to do is be generally interested in science. You could be a fucking 20-time sexual predator, convicted fucking rapist. You could be a fucking straight up peeping Tom. You could be any sort of sexual predator. But guess what? If you have a general interest in science, welcome aboard. They don't have a screening process. Actually, in fact, the more fucked up you are as a person, the more they can utilize you in these science calls. We're going to talk about why they use cults. We're going to talk about why they're using cults and they're not using legitimate scientists like they try to make it look. You have your legitimate scientists that go to Harvard and they study and they have degrees that are qualified to be doing, research and all this stuff. And then you have your wannabe science cults. And what the government figured out is the dumber these people are, the more you can use them. The more you can use, when you put a group of people together that have zero morals and they're dumb, it's perfect. Because they're going to get used for research experiments now. And not on them, but they can use these fucking idiots to collect data for the bigger intelligence agencies. They don't need smart people for that. Smart scientists are conducting experiments, they're working for different different contracts, reputable sources. Secret cults that are, they're cover-ups for science academies. That's what they are. As long as they call it something science and their little cult, the government will fund them. Not only will they fund them, but they'll provide them with equipment, such as quantum computers. What you need to hack into a human being is a quantum computer. When you have a fake alias, fake science call, and you have the room filled with people that have just a general interest in science and no qualifications, it's perfect for the government. Not perfect for civilians and people like myself, but it's perfect for them. Why? They don't gotta pay them. They literally sit in the rooms for free. It's an upgrade for these people. These type of people are the ones that were sitting in their mom's basement, probably looking up underage porn their whole life. These are the type of people that got beat up and picked on their whole life. These are the type of people that got the book slapped out of their hands, just wish they could be cool. They wish that back in their younger days, they wish they would have done anything to be cool, but they could just never cut it. They were just the clowns that everyone made fun of and picked on and laughed at. They couldn't have sexual relations with the opposite sex. After years and years of that, do you know what that does to one of these little fucking idiots? They build up all this animosity, and then they get some sort of fake position in the government through a private contract with some fake science cult that the government provides them all the equipment for, and then it's revenge of the nerds. You have literally people like Stuart from Mad TV. You have people like Screech from Saved by the Bell. You have these fucking clowns that are literally the biggest pussies on planet Earth. You give them a fucking underground bunker. You give them a hiding spot in a quantum computer, and they're gonna do some serious research. Oh, and guess what? They're gonna do it for free. Scientists want money. They went to school for all them years. They went to school for 8 years, getting every degree they needed to get, so they can make $250,000 a year. These people that are in the deep state, part of psy-op, the deepest state possible, these people are being used because of how stupid they are. The real scientists are working with legitimate places. So don't let James Giordano fool you. Yeah, maybe somewhere along the lines they're using the technology and they have the legitimate scientists overwatching the experiments. Like, maybe you'll have a legitimate scientist watching a bunch of fucking pedophiles watch a target. But to have real scientists sitting in a room devoting their whole life to watching one human subject, nah, that's not gonna. And who am I? Someone that knows a lot more than you. Just put it like that. Someone that knows a lot more than you. Let's just put it like that. If you already lost where I'm coming from, then you don't even know what I'm talking about anyway, so just keep it moving. Why they use cults? Because most of these cults, not all of them, but most of these cults require a couple things. That once you join into a cult, you're not allowed to leave. That's one. And number two, secrecy. So when you join into one of these weirdo cults for the government, they don't even know that they're going to be working for the government. They just join into some cult at first. Some little fucking, oh my god, I love science type cult. And then it turns into one thing leads to another, and they end up getting an opportunity to be a part of a fucking psy-op program for the government. Little do they know they're getting taken advantage of because how stupid they are. Meanwhile, they think they're actually smart and all that shit. They brainwash these fucking idiots in these cults to make them feel that money has no value. They make them feel like they're voices from God. They make them actually feel like they're the eye in the sky and they control stuff. So they make these little fucking retards feel like they're actually important. So they take all their money, they put them in a fucking room together, they're not allowed to leave, and then once you have governmental oversight involved, there's no electronics other than their electronics allowed to be in the rooms. So these people don't care. The thing about it is, you're trying to comprehend and wrap your head around it, how it's possible, because you wouldn't do it. And I wouldn't do it. I would never be a part of some fucking pedophile cult, some weirdo cult that, oh my God, let's watch somebody and see how far we can take our little science thing. You wouldn't do it, so you don't understand it. I wouldn't do it, but I have to understand it because of what I'm involved in now. Not that I'm involved in a cult, but let's just say I might be on the receiving end of what I'm talking about. So I have no choice but to learn it, because the only way you can defeat it is if you learn it. So what goes hand in hand with cults? Secrecy. When you have, like I said, one, in joining a cult, you're not able to leave, then you have secrecy. What is the outcome? You have programs like MK Ultra. 2023, the newer program of MK Ultra, which is 20 times worse than MK Ultra. They're hacking a whole human being now. They're not just sending voices down to people, making them go crazy. What they're doing is mimicking mental illness. That's what these people are doing with direct energy weapons. When you send a bit, and people are so confused. Oh my God, they don't have technology like that. Yes, they do. James Giordano is talking about this technology freely. But because James says it, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's really true. They have technology out there. And the crazy part is, he probably doesn't even know the full breakdown of what's even going on out there. He's only given a certain amount to talk about. Certainly the targets know. I'll put it like that. Certainly the targets are going to know. Probably know more than James Giordano. And the sad thing is, some of you people are so fucking stupid and brainwashed that you'll wait for the media to release the information first before you believe it. Who controls the media? The same ones that are fucking controlling everything else. They're gonna make sure that shit doesn't get out until they're ready for it to get out. Shit gets removed from fit. Everything is controlled through these people. Some of you people, oh, who cares? Da, da, da. It's not, because it's not affecting you. But if it affects you, then you'll see how serious the shit is. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till it happens to you before you start caring about it. You need to start raising awareness now. Because once they got it and they cross that line where they have control, then it's over with for everybody. They're not there yet. But they're slowly moving in that direction right now. And know what most of you people are doing? You're like this with your phone in your hand, looking at twerk videos and useless fucking information. Your face glued to the phone. You could be making a difference. People need to be aware of what's really going on, bruh. You people are just sitting there. Oh, it's not affecting me. It just shows how selfish everybody is. It's not affecting me, so who cares, right? But when it does affect you, then you're gonna wish, yo, what was that kid's name? I need to go find that video. Don't wait till that happens to you. You need to be prepared for that shit now. You need to start spreading shit. Don't just watch the video and not share the fucking video. This is the shit that needs to be shared, not a bitch twerking her ass. Not some fucking trash ass rap lyrics that suck cock and some fucking idiots wearing a fucking skirt so he's going viral because they're pushing the agenda. People like me and people that talk the truth, their views are going to be down here and they're never going to be able to move up because you have the people controlling the stuff behind the scenes that are going to make sure that these videos don't move. So the people have to do it. So meaning that they control the media means that they're going to make sure they do everything they can to keep this video as low as possible. The people of the United States and the people of the countries, wherever you're from, you need to be responsible for making shit like this move around. Share it. That's what you need to do. That's what it boils down to. If they control the media, they're always going to be ahead of the game. It's sad, bro, because all these people, all you people out here are so fucking distracted. Meanwhile, this shit could be happening to one of your family members and you wouldn't even take it serious. Do you have any idea what that shit is like? You have a group of fucking pedophiles glued to your life, watching everything you do, every detail of your day, your thoughts, your view, watching your dick when you piss. They normalize that type of shit to these people in these science calls. You're wondering how people could do that to someone else? How could they sacrifice an innocent little human being too? How could they sacrifice little animals? How could they do that? These are the reasons why they make sacrifices. You hear about that shit? They sacrifice humans and little kids and shit like that. This is why they make those sacrifices. Because if you sacrifice somebody, an innocent human being like that, you no longer have morals. Now that same person that just made that sacrifice, there's no level to what they'll do now. You could just point and tell them to go do this. Go watch that 5-year-old through their eyes. We're gonna collect data on them. Know what these fucking scumbag pedophiles do? Yes, sir. For free, too. That's the crazy part. They enjoy this shit because it's their life. They don't even care about getting paid. They're in a cult. Money has no value to these people. They don't ever leave the cult. What can they do? They can't walk into a 7-Eleven and go buy something to drink out of the cooler. They can't do that. They're in a cult. You people need to understand that. They're in a cult. They don't have this. They don't have this. Money has no value to these people. When you understand that, then you'll understand how it's possible that they're using people like this. They're using scumbags. Every time a cult, the news comes out about a cult 20, 30 years after they infiltrate a cult, and the classified information finally gets released, what's the number one thing that you find with every cult? Most of the time, that they find images of little kids, child porn, underage porn. This is very common with cults. Why is it so common? Because they don't have morals. Like I said earlier, you can't do it, so you don't understand it. I can't do it, so I don't understand it. But once you take this out of somebody's life, teach them that money doesn't have value, they sacrifice a little kid or some innocent little animal, they don't have morals anymore. The government goes and says, hey, there's a fucking little 6-year-old over here. We need you to go watch them. What do these soft ass pedophile motherfuckers do? They take their little joystick, they move it over to the 6-year-old, and they hack into the 6-year-old like it's nothing. Because they just made a sacrifice. Now they don't care. Now the mentality is, well, we just sacrificed a little kid. So who cares about, this is an upgrade, watching an underage human being. That's the chain of command with these people. They're fucking scumbags. They're not scientists. Maybe at one point they wanted to be scientists, but that's not how it turned out for them. They're taken advantage of because of how stupid they are. All you have to do to be a part of some of these cults is just have a general interest of science. Or a general interest of, like, speaking of Scientology. Scientology is really, really heavily involved with a lot of classified government programs. The CIA would never admit it. They'll never admit it. Because as soon as that shit comes back on them, what happens? The trust. Oh, now nobody trusts them. That's when World War III is going to happen, a civil war, which is coming very soon, by the way. We have people right now on this planet that are fucking getting hacked into by cults. This is worse than slavery. They're enslaving mankind. These people are test subjects for science cults. And the people that are using this technology are fucking disgusting pedophiles. We have people, hundreds and thousands of people right now. It's in the works right now. Don't take my word for it. Look it the fuck up. The information will be seldom. But just know, it is literally going on right now. There are people getting hacked into with technology that's not released to the public. Some of you people's fucking IQ drives me fucking crazy in your fucking theory. Well, we don't know about the technology. We don't believe it. You're not supposed to know about it. Why would they teach you about it? If they teach the general population about the technology, it would become illegal this quick. Do you really think that shit would, by the time it hits the media, that would cause mass hysteria? Do you guys not understand that? Why would they use technology like this and not because they're fucking, that's the government. Because the same people that are using this technology on innocent human beings are making sure that useless but entertaining content is out there for fucking people like you that are easily brainwashable. Anything they can possibly use. As soon as the general population and civilization comes close to realizing what's really going on, boom, something comes in like COVID. I'll never fold, ever. I would rather die than bow down to a bunch of fucking pussy ass pedophiles. Like the movie 300, them 300 Spartans. I'd rather be like one of them 300 Spartans than the other side, which is a bunch of fucking pussies. And the crazy part about that movie 300 is that's really what's going on, but in 2023. The other side is the government and or slash the Illuminati, which is an alias. Private contracts, a lot of private contracts, which are utilized by these higher level agencies. That's the other side, which is equivalent to the side that was going against 300 in the movie 300. It's literally happening right now, but with technology. While you sit back and watch twerk videos and Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. That's what they're doing. They're using science cults as a cover to operate and use technology that is completely illegal and violates every one of our civil rights as human beings in the United States of America right now. If you're not going to be able to see it in your lifetime, it's going to affect your family members and your brothers, your sisters, your cousins. If you really care, then I suggest you start looking into what I'm talking about, because it's going to affect you. And just be ready when the shit does happen. I'm not trying to sound like one of these people, oh, when the shit happens, you're going to wish you fucking took my advice. Just know that. My job is not to convince you fucking people out there. I just want you people to know that there are sick fucking people out there in the world. Beyond belief. Most of the human beings that hear about stuff like this, they're so in shock that they don't even believe it. They're so turnkey to just say, whoa, this guy needs to go see a therapist. He's got something wrong with him mentally, because that's the way they design it. It's strategically designed for this purpose, to make people that even talk about it look crazy. If you could pawn something off on trying to make somebody look crazy, all the credibility is gone. So know what you do? You turn the other cheek and you go back to your regular everyday life, and it's not going to affect you till it does. These people are the real problems in the world. They need to be held accountable for what they do. I don't need a mask on my face. They already know who the fuck I am. They're not going to do shit because they're fucking all pussy as fuck. Literally. They could try to make it look like an accident. They could try to do all that shit. I'm not worried about it. They've already tried so many times that I'm numb to this shit. They could try to give me a heart attack with the energy weapons. I'm too strong for that shit. The shit's not gonna work. They could try to make it look like an accidental robbing or mugging. Oh, look, he just pulled out money. Yup, and I'll do it again. And a whole fucking lot of it too. Try to make it look like somebody robbed them. It's never happened before, and it never will happen. It'll never work. I will never bow down. Before I fucking leave this earth, the only thing I need to happen, and I want, is these people that are doing this to fucking pay by any means necessary. That's all I care about. These lying, fucking disgusting, demented, fucking pedophiles that are lying just as a reason to even watch me at this point. They know when they're being watched by the real scientists, so that's when they fall back. And then as soon as the other people that are watching them stop watching them, that's when they get back on their fuck shit. It's a vicious, never-ending cycle because they have a hiding spot. They're too scared to fucking leave because they're all pussy as fuck. And they have a quantum computer. To a pedophile, that's a fucking grand slam. You're giving a fucking goddamn quantum computer to someone that has an IQ of a dog, has no morals, and they get to hide, and they look like Stuart from Mad TV. That is a fucking grand slam for these people. They're in their fucking glory. They don't need money. They settled for that as their life. As sorry as that sounds, that's the rest of their life, being a part of this fucking weirdo fucking pedophile cult. And they're so excited about it. It's fucking disgusting. Share these videos. Not all these targets are real targets, but there are real targets out there. Then you have the ones that are actually government employees trying to make the targets look crazy. Trying to justify it as a medical concern. It's not. They don't even school them on this shit. Everything that is done behind the scenes is meant to be deceivable. It's all deception. That's what really goes on behind the scenes. Even the people that I'm talking about that are sitting in these fucking remote computer labs, they were deceived, but they made a choice. That's their life decision. There's 7.6 billion people on this planet. They can target anyone they fucking want. They want to target me? Okay, well, I'm going to fucking blow their whole spot up. And when I find them, just know that it is self-defense. These are weapons. Direct energy weapons. You're assaulting people with direct energy weapons. As a job for a fucking science call. On a daily fucking basis. When targets find the groups responsible for this, it is self-defense. Get it in a mission of guilt. Get it on video. But it'll be self-defense. But what's really going to happen is they're going to try to pawn it off like they didn't know. How did they not know when they're the ones supplying the equipment to these fucking scumbags? If anyone has a quantum computer with technology this fucking advanced using C4ISR tools that are capable of doing what I'm talking about, do you really think the government doesn't know about it? As stupid as some of you people are out there, you'll actually believe, oh, they didn't know because they said they didn't know. It's called lying. That's what they do. Trust me, they know. To the fucking ones that know about it, the police, the FBI, that know about this whole gang stalking program and the takedown program, know about all these classified, and you choose to sit it out, you're a coward. You're a fucking coward. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a nutless fucking coward. You just sit there and allow this shit to happen because you're scared, because you got kids and a family. What about the fact that your family might be targeted by this shit in the future? Did you ever think of that? You got kids, oh, I can't afford it. Am I gonna? Did you ever think about that? Your kids in the future are probably going to be targeted by this shit, regardless. Once they get too powerful with the equipment, don't you understand that? You're a coward. If you know about it and you just turn the other cheek, you're a fucking coward. And I'll tell it to your face too, bro. You could try to put handcuffs on me, it's not going to make a difference. I just did prison time. You think I give a fuck about that shit? To say that is to say this. I have 10 grand for their location. If you know where they are, I have 10,000, and I'm not saying maybe know where they are, you might know, no, I'm saying if you know where the fuck they're putting these scumbags, which underground bunker of the 1,000 of them, wherever that's out there, if you know where they are, look. This is over 5 bands right here. I got 10 bands for the location. Let me make history, bro. Let me make history. Y'all want to set that off and whatever the fuck y'all want to do? Give me the location, bro. Stop playing.